My name is Anna Beitane,
My name is Stefano Bregevali.
and we're both from Johan Schutte Institute of Political Studies at the University of Tartu, and we're organizers of Tartu grassroots event. The idea of this project is to raise awareness about the common history, diversity, and also to raise about awareness about the aims of the European Union.
First of all, that the goal of this initiative is somehow to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the Schuman Declaration, and it's not only about celebrating. In fact, celebrating is nice, but it's also about, let's say, imagining a future, imagining the Europe that we want in the future, and discussing about it. Tartu itself, I think, in a way, is a good example of such diversity. Now we want really to hear what the participants think about this initiative, what is their view about Europe, and how they want Europe.
Okay.
No, I think I'm confused.
5 kilometers for Tartu, it's a lot. Yeah, it's all Tartu. I agree, it's all Tartu.
Maybe.
I will speak.
Ой, у вишневому саду, там соловейко щебета, додому я просилася, а ти мене все не пускав, додому я просилася, а ти мене все не пускав.
My name is Jacob, or Jakub in Polish. I'm originally from Poland, but I've grown up in England. I grew up in England. Yeah.
Uliana. I'm from Russia.
I'm Andranik Shirinyan. I come from Armenia.
My name is Lisa. I came from Ukraine.
Hi, my name is Emma. I'm from the Netherlands.
Hi, my name is Gianmarco and I come from Italy.
So my name is Andrei Pankratov. I'm from Estonia.
My name is Maria, as it's written on this paper, on this page. So I'm one of the ambassadors from University of Tartu.
My name is Martis Gdenti. I'm a student at the Estonian School of Diplomacy, and I'm from Tunisia.
Everybody seems so excited.
What does it mean to be European? Oh, that's not an easy question.
What does it mean for me to be European? I guess it's the main concepts behind the word European that come to my head straight away. It would be about regarding liberty, mainly liberty and like freedom of movement, of freedom of rights, freedom of speech.
Yes, first of all, for me, it's to have a right to have a good education, to travel all around the Europe.
Mean to be free, to travel in wherever country you want, to stay there, to do your internship, to work, to study.
But it depends on your personal growth. As much as you get, as much as you know, as much you feel either European or not, like that.
Though I don't come from an EU country, but I feel myself European, and I think that the values that I embrace are European, and those values are equality, non-discrimination, social inclusion, and so on.
Because Europe is about protecting human rights.
Being European is having a unity of diversity.
I think that to be Europeans means that you feel yourself at home also when you are abroad. Either you are in Belgium or you are in Netherlands. So
And European is kind of like going beyond the national level, and then kind of being part of something bigger than just kind of your own neighborhood.
Ability, to get rid of your inner borders, because we know that this word Europe is borderless, but still sometimes it depends on your own perception, your own mind, how you perceive the world.
You don't need to be a national of EU country necessarily to feel European, in my opinion. I feel very European because I got all these opportunities all throughout Europe. I've lived throughout Europe, and I don't feel as connected to my country as I do to Europe, and that very much feels like being European to me.
I think to be a European is to share, first and foremost, a common set of values that is based on very simple principles.
I consider myself European in spirit because I believe in values such as democracy, such as human rights, justice, and tolerance.
What's the biggest challenge?
Yeah.
Wow.
The immigration issues, which bother so many European citizens in here.
What's the biggest challenge for the EU right now? I'm not sure if you can single out anything kind of like specific and then say that's definitely the biggest, and you can kind of put all the other ones in the bin. But I don't know, being Polish and living in England for a while, the migration challenge has been on the forefront of my thinking.
For some people, it's obviously migration, but for me, it's the economy in general, because the economy of the European Union really involves both migration as well as climate change.
Europeans have enjoyed after the Second World War windows of personal collective freedoms, economic opportunities and prosperities that should not be taken for granted.
there are increasingly widespread illiberal tendencies which are put into jeopardy the cultural and identity values.
I think the biggest challenge for the European Union as an institution for now is the rise of the populism.
There has to be some kind of consensus on how to kind of calm down those fears that immigration is not necessarily bad.
And I think that this is the biggest issue, to understand that we are super different, but still we have something in common, and we should concentrate on that things that we can work together on.
European Commission and all the institutions in the EU should try to tackle this issue and be more inclusive, probably, in order to prevent this rise of populism.
There are a lot of areas where there is, in my opinion, not enough EU legislation yet to solve issues that should be solved.
But we understand that in the end there are some decision-making process is happening on the intergovernmental level, so it's a bit complicated.
Now I have to think.
Okay, I would tell a 5-year-old that different countries used to be fighting each other over, well, that's a hard word, no, I'm not going to use research. Okay, can I start over?
Yeah, what is the benefits for children?
If you just imagine the European Union as a kindergarten with lots of children who are playing different games, and you have the possibility to interact as you prefer with these children and play different games at the same times, will be much more funny and much more constructive for you and for the well-being of other children as well.
I would say that the European Union is our house, and we have kind of rules, because children always need some rules.
We should talk to them. Parents should explain.
And the European Union gives an example to people and to other nations that it's not good to fight. It's good to be united and not to have war, and to have peace in this world and not to suffer.
They used to be enemies, and then they were tired of it, and they decided to make peace, to be friends.
To be able to understand that if I want to this candy with my colleague, we have only one piece, then we can divide it into and sort of like have the sweet to ourselves rather than fight over it and gets broken and none of us gets the benefit.
So I would explain that there is 27 different houses in a neighborhood at the moment, and that the doors of those 27 houses are usually open within the neighborhood for everyone to kind of come in and get help, get advice, kind of co-share the resources. As in, for example, you can go and play with the toys of your friend across the block, and you don't have to kind of wait and just stick to the ones that you have in your house.
Well, I think the future of the European Union is really bright. I think that the challenges that we're facing today, they can be solved in a multitude of ways if we manage to continue cooperation on those issues. And I think the future of the European Union is to really expand and involve maybe some of the countries that are really new to the democratic processes here in Europe.
The future it's murky. The future looks very uncertain. I mean, that's pretty cliche because the future is always uncertain.
Yeah, since I came from Ukraine, so yeah, that's the current issue for our country because we are somewhere in between.
In general, I think the EU wants to achieve a lot, especially people who are very pro-EU and very progressive, but I think we have to take into account, obviously, all the different opinions within the EU because not everyone wants to move into the same direction.
So I believe that Europe will be more united in future and probably will cover more different dimensions.
There are people there who share this common vision of security, and they realizing more and more the importance of coordinating their foreign policy, because these two elements add to the economy are matters that change lives of people, regardless where they are from or regardless where they are actually situated.
I believe that European Union as a project itself, like soft power, and it gains a lot of popularity, especially among young people, especially those who are traveling to Europe, who study here, and they feel attached to European Union. And me, not being from the EU, being a Russian citizen, I like this project, and I feel a big sympathy to this idea.
Possible future for the EU to have more countries in the European family, the EU family.
And I think that the first step we should do is to identify ourselves. Like you should understand who you are before you are becoming the part of something bigger, like supranational thing as European Union, like joining some European family. You should understand who you are, and that's the problem of, for example, Ukrainians, because we still don't know who we are. We want to belong to something, but we still don't know what we have already, like what I can suggest to someone. So the first thing, I hope that everyone will understand that we are decent and we are equal, just human beings.
I would like it to survive. I would like it to survive because, I mean, for me, I have benefited a lot in terms of growing up. I had the opportunity to leave my small town in the northeast of Poland, travel to the UK, put my roots down in the UK, gain my education, gain the language.
Well, as I was born in Italy and I am a European citizen as well, and like during my childhood and teenage period, I experienced lots of benefit from the European Union. I hope that in the future I will be still part of this peace promoting process.
It has just made me who I am.
Yeah, I'm happy as 1,000 kilometers.
Best thing I like about Tartu?
How do I like Tartu? Okay, that caught me off guard. I came to Tartu because I've never been here.
As I come from Armenia, for me it's quite cold here.
Still, it's really comfortable and really green, eco-friendly.
Also, something very important is the University of Tartu.
For Estonia, this is like a big city, and you can feel that. So all the students of Estonia, most people come here to study. A lot of international students come here to study. They go here instead of to the capital because the university has so much to offer.
I would say it's the only actual university town in the Baltic states, and the academic culture here is really unique to this city in many ways, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
It is definitely one of the most multicultural cities I have been to.
I also like the history of this city because it's a mix of many cultures, in this German influence, Russian influence, Soviet influence, European influence, and it's a multi-layer identity of this city. Makes it really very meaningful to be here and to study here.
And Tartu, for me, compared to Kiev, is just the super small village, you know. But still, for me, I really enjoy my life here because finally I feel myself like in a cozy, you know, that sofa. You bought the new sofa and you just, you know, sit on that and you feel super, you know, like comfortable and cozy. That's Tartu is all about.
And you feel really calm and relaxed here, and you are not stressed. It's very comfortable to be here. And Tartu itself, it's a very beautiful city.
Yeah, I really appreciate my network now. It became so international, yeah.
I think that Tartu is amazing because it looks like a big family.
You don't have to walk very far, you don't have to take public transport at all. Everything's close, and when you walk from A to B, you will see so many people you know, and you will feel like you know half of Tartu. So it's like a nice combination of a small town and a city, and I like that the best.
Yeah, so I'm really satisfied that I'm living here. So much that I didn't go for my Erasmus and I stayed here. So it's something.
I would like to stay a couple of years more here in the EU.